Welcome back to EDH on a Budget. I'm your host, Iceman, and today we're going to be going over the top 3 budget waterbending cards. The budget is $2 or less according to TCG Player. And first up, we have Spirit Water Revival, which is a sorcery for 1 blue blue, and as an additional cost to cast a spell, you can waterbend 6. When you waterbend, you can pay mana or you can tap artifacts or creatures to pay for it, so it's very flexible in the cost. And there's just so many ways to pump out massive amounts of creatures or artifacts that the 6 is so minimal. I agree, this is not going to be something you can do early game, like on turn 3, but in the middle and late game, this will really be easy to pull off. The ability of the card says draw 2 cards. If this spell's additional cost was paid, instead shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw 7 cards, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game, and then you exile this card. So a couple of key notes: this does not shuffle your hand into the graveyard before you draw the 7. You are going to draw an additional 7 cards if you pay the waterbending cost. So that plus the maximum hand size means you get to keep those cards, and people love playing maximum hand size cards, but many of those cards are on permanents like artifacts or lands that can be removed. If you resolve this, you just get the no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. There is no easy or good way to undo that. It's not even an emblem, it's just something you have. It is similar to an emblem, where it's incredibly hard to react to it, but I'm curious to hear if you guys have played this card, and if so, let me know. The cost of this card on TCG Player is only 82 cents, so it is a great pickup. Next up, we have Waterbender Ascension, which is only 68 cents on TCG Player. It is an enchantment for 1 and a blue. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a quest counter on this enchantment. Then, if you control 4 or more quest counters on it, draw a card. It does have the ability to waterbend 4, and target creature can't be blocked this turn. So you read this card and you're instantly like, oh, so this must be in a go wide deck, and I do think that would be a very good deck, especially because blue has many flying decks and evasive creatures, and this comes down so cheap. It's something you could just set on the field, set it and forget it, and it's just going to keep drawing cards. But that waterbending cost of 4, so target creature can't be blocked. It doesn't say target creature you control, so it can be a little political. Hey, swing your big Voltron creature over there and I'll give it unblockable for you. But it can be used in your own Voltron deck. Many Voltron decks, you have equipment. Equipments are artifacts, and they can be tapped, and they basically still do whatever it is that they're going to do, because tapping and untapping doesn't really matter. If you have treasures, those treasures can now be like mana rocks, where they aren't just a ritual that is going to give you mana for 1 turn, but stuff like this, you can use that mana every turn by tapping those treasures or clues or blood token. The wizard just keeps coming out with more and more artifact tokens, map tokens. Let's see, there's scrap or junk tokens, food, so many food synergies. This is just going to get better and better as the years go on. They're not going to print less cards that go good with this, so that in combination with this is a very specific IP. I'm not exactly sure when the next reprint of this will be, if at all, so it could definitely go up. And last, we have Foggy Swamp Visions. Foggy Swamp Visions costs only 34 cents. It is a sorcery for 1 black, and it has as an additional cost to cast a spell Waterbend X, so it's flexible. Exile X target creature cards from graveyards, any graveyard. For each creature card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of it. At the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice those tokens. So, key couple of takeaways. This does not give those creatures haste. So, unless you have a way to counter that delayed triggered ability or end the turn, those creatures you bring are going to die because they are going to be sacrificed. So you will get dice triggers if you bring them back this way. If you have a deck with a bunch of haste enablers, then this can be a very big swing. I see this best in a aristocrats deck because many of your blood artist type of cards don't matter if you tap them because they're not going to attack anyway. So you can use them to tap Waterbend to get more cards back, which the cards you're bringing back will probably be from your own graveyard at that point because you're going to want cards that either make more tokens when they die or make more tokens when they enter or ping them more when creatures die, whatever. The ability to be able to use other people's graveyards is great too. There are so many great cards that will naturally, just as the game goes on, hit the graveyard with great ETBs. Don't even have to have attack trigger, and you just use this and get that back. What's also great is this exiles those cards. You're only creating a token, so it is a form of graveyard removal if you're using it on opponent's creatures. This is, I think, one of the most underrated cards from the Avatar set. With just 3 mana and then the waterbending cost, this is pretty low to the ground. You can really do a lot with this card. And that is it. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Appreciate it.